Hello creatives, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is John of 4 of John Visual. In this section of our tutorial, I'll be guiding us on the steps to edit our images using Camera Raw filter. I got a lot of messages from most graphic designers saying that they find it difficult to make use of Camera Raw filter in the aspect of editing their images to get a better image quality. So this is the major reason I did this video. This is the part 1 of this image editing using Camera Raw filter. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. The first thing I will do here is to take this image to Camera Raw filter, where we do a lot of um, editing on it to get a good and a better quality. So I will press my control shift A to take this image to our Camera Raw filter, where we have to touch the exposure, the contrast, the highlight, the shadow, the white, the black, texture, and clarity, including sharpening the image. These are the different steps you can take, or we will take in this tutorial, to see how we can make our image have a better quality. So I'm going to, first of all, here you can start with basic or with detail, but let's start with detail. So I will go to my sharpening. I will increase my sharpening to around 70. Now you must know that different images has their own different way of adding the numbers to it. The only thing I'm doing here is just to guide us and explain what the sharpening, the noise reduction, the exposure, the contrast, what they all, their duty in our image editing. Then it's left for you, after you might have grasped the concept and the idea behind editing with Camera Raw filter, to know how to play around with the numbers. Sharpening, you have to increase the sharpening. I left at 7 because I wanted it to have this sharp part of our image. So what noise reduction does is, if we have any place that there is something like a scratch on the face of the image, you add noise reduction to it to reduce the noisy effect. It's just like a sound on the image. You just increase the noise reduction. Once you increase the noise reduction, it's smoothing the part, or the part of that very image, it smoothens it. So let's see how it works. Are you seeing how it is? This is, if I want to get a smooth skin, I make use of noise reduction, but I'll just reduce, I'll leave it here. This is fine. So I'll go to my basic. We have our exposure. If you want to add light to it, if you want to add light to it, this is what exposure means. This is the minus. Okay, so I'm going to leave our exposure because I want to add light. To it. I will leave it at 50, depending on what you want to achieve. There are images you add, you make use of this plus 50, the lightning becomes much and it will alter the beauty of your image. So next thing I will go to is contrast. Look at how contrast works. We are having a lesser beauty, a lesser color contrast with the image. So this is giving us a better contrast that works with our image. So we are going to leave this at 17. So highlight adds more of light to your image. So if I take it to plus, if I move it further, you see more of light to the image. If I bring it down, minus, is hiding the light aspect of it. Depending, there are some images that has a lot of lightning on it. You can make use of highlights to reduce it. So I want to add, what we are doing here is to add details to this very image. The next thing is to add shadow, dark aspect, dark parts of our image. So if we have any dark parts of our image we want to add lighting to, we can make use of shadow or report. For me, I love reducing my shadow to add a lot of details. So white adds, if you click on white, if we have any white aspect of our image, it adds white to it. The same thing applicable to black. So let's come to texture. Texture helps us to add more depth, to our image. So if I take this to 100, I think it has added more details, more depth to it. But if I reduce the texture, I'm having a smooth part. When I normally make use of this minus is when I get an image either a minister's image or a client's image, that the image is not sharp, the picture quality is low. I make use of my texture. The texture I will do, what I will do is to reduce the texture, then increase the clarity to get a better result. So I will leave our texture here at 24. So this clarity, when you're working with camera raw filter, please have in mind that your texture and clarity are very, very important, and you must pay attention to texture and clarity if you want to get a better result. I've seen so many images on some flyers where the minister's image or the image of the, maybe is a stock image, there's a lot of clarity, looking like if the image is burnt. No, please, to be able to edit and get your desired result in image editing, keep everything moderate. Don't overshoot and don't undershoot. Keep it moderate to keep the beauty and the sweetness of the image alive. So here, let's look at what if I take this to 100, is making the image look burnt. So we won't want to do this. So I'll reduce this to somewhere 24. You can play around with this. There is no one way of editing your image. You can play around with this. So next thing I'll go to my vibrance and increase my vibrance. So let's look at what we have. This is before, this is our after. So I'll click OK. Let's see the final outcome of it now. We are looking at the final outcome of it. Please, another thing you must know in designing is consistency is the key to become a better designer. Keep practicing before you know you become good at it. This camera raw filter is something you need to practice over and over time to get used to the properties there. So this is our after, this is our before, and this is our after. Are you seeing a much more difference between the after and the before? Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and if you find this very tutorial useful, please leave your comments at the comment section. Thank you. See you in the next tutorial. Bye.